Hello, thank you for this opportunity for the committee of the conference in Orlando. My name is Jean-Francois. I represent Professor Muhammad Suryadi Sarif and Professor Dr. Abdul Rahman Ghani to present our paper about smartphone application to prevent bullying in Indonesian universities. I start with the abstract. So this paper has a novelty about smartphone application to prevent bullying in the Indonesian universities. The paper begins with the author's serious concern that bullying in some Indonesian universities is only regarded as ordinary habit of young, not serious crime. To analyze the problem, this paper is using the definition of bullying from Indonesian Ministry of Women Empowerment and Child Protection, social cognitive theory by Bandura, and artificial intelligence theory by Mielhead and Hodge. So the definition of bullying will explain what is the difference between jokes and real bullying, while in social cognitive theory by Bandura will analyze the factors why bullying could happen, and in artificial intelligence theory by Mielhead Hodge will explain how this smartphone application to prevent bullying could be easily used by all education stakeholders. This paper is hoped to be an eye-opener for Indonesian stakeholders, especially teachers, governments, parents, to improve quality skills against bullying by using smartphone application to prevent bullying, so the victims will be reduced. So I start with the introduction. Based on the research of Smith, the systematic study of bullying in schools can be dated from the 1970s, mainly in Scandinavia. And in 1973, the Olweus published forskning om skolkmening, translated into English, aggression in schools, bullies and whipping boys. So one of the popular research about bullying is that in the research of GLOW, quoted in Sujatmiko, that victims of bullying reported the incident that happened to others. But most victims told it to friends and family members, especially parents, siblings, not to the teacher or other school staff. It means that there is something wrong happen in education institution that must be concerned on how to respond bullying. Some of them even do verbal, physical, and psychological bullying of their students as an effort to uphold school discipline. There are also teachers who practice bullying as sanctions against bullying or overcoming bullying with bullying, even instructing their students to bullying other students. And research conducted by the Sejiwa Foundation shows that not all teachers are responsive and react positively to violent behavior that occurs in schools. Teachers' perceptions, attitudes, and wrong action towards this behavior result in low students' trust in educational institution and nourish bullying behavior at school. In fact, the ability of teachers to foster student confidence and eliminate distance between teachers and students is the basic capital to combat bullying in the school environment. And based on the research from Sari and Aswar, this also happened because the bully did not get consequences from the teachers or school. So from the point of learning theory, the bully get a reward or reinforcement from his behavior. The bully will perceive that his behavior actually gets justification and even gives him a social identity that boasts outsiders such as teachers, students, people who work at school, parents, even though they know it but do not report it, do not prevent it, and only allow behavior. The bully felt that this was natural. In fact, what the outsiders show that the lack of concern and allow the bullying behavior to continue to flourish among the students. This is quite embarrassing, while authors knew some data related to bullying. Based on the research of Erica, the World Health Organization reported that the health behavior of school-aged children in Europe range from 2% to 27% of girls becoming victims of bullying and 5% to 32% of boys. Results of a study conducted by C.J. Smith on several research results of the phenomenon of harassment in the real world in 4 ASEAN countries. The result of the study concluded that the proportion of victims of abuse in Indonesia is relatively high. Research conducted in 2007 found that of 2,222 respondents involved, 50% of respondents in Indonesia had been abused with varying lengths of time. This figure is higher than the incidence of harassment in the state of Myanmar and Thailand, which is under 30%. The country that has almost the same number of abuse cases as Indonesia is the Philippines, where the number of victims of abuse has reached 46% of the respondents. Even the new data is quite embarrassing for Indonesians. Based on the research of Arova, Indonesia ranks first in research conducted by NGOs Plan International and the International Center for Research on Women related to bullying. This research was conducted in several countries in Asia. As many as 84% of children in Indonesia experience bullying at school. Around 9,000 children involved in this research age 12 until 17 years old. In addition, data from Junior Chamber International noted that about 40% of students in the city of Bogor, West Java, were victims of bullying. As many as 30 to 40% of victims of bullying are still in elementary, middle, and high school age. Bullying often occurs when a child has a deficiency, both physically and mentally. And based on research of Erica, the results of the study of the National Consortium Characters in the School of Development by Firmansyah showed that almost all schools in Indonesia experience bullying. So based on this, the study stated that Indonesia was categorized as an emergency for bullying in schools. That information is strengthened by the research from Nurita, reported that based on the information from KPAA, there were many harassment behaviors in the world of education. The data related to violence in the education world, according to KPAA, as follows: the number of educational cases as of May 30, 2018, amounting to 161 cases. As for the details, as many as 23 cases or 14.3% of child victims of brawl, 31 cases or 19.3% of perpetrators and child victims of violence and bullying, as many as 36 cases or 22.4%. Children of perpetrators of violence and bullying, as many as 41 cases or 25.5%. And child victims of policy, example of extortion, expelled from school, not allowed to take examinations, and dropping out of school, as many as 30 cases or 18.7%. And Yogyakarta, as a student city, is also not spared from bullying. Research from Octaviano, where the behavior of harassment in high schools in Yogyakarta found that Yogyakarta had harassment behavior, where the types of harassment were physical, like cynical views, slapping, punching, verbal, like harsh words, intimidation, ridicule, spread gossip, cyberspace, like threatening through social media. Location harassment is in the classroom, canteen, empty space, and the road around the school. This is based on the result of pre-research conducted by researchers by conducting interviews with counseling guidance teachers in 5 junior high schools. Researchers took sample of 5 schools that indicated harassment. Based on the result of the interview, it can be concluded that there is harassment behavior in junior high school in Yogyakarta. And despite of happening in the young time, bullying can happen in adolescent time. For example, in the universities, bullying is a problem that occurs among children and adolescents and continues to receive attention from researchers. Based on the results of the categorization of subject scores of subjects and victims of bullying, it is known that as many as 8 adolescents very often become bullying subjects. Often 14 adolescents and sometimes become subject about 80 adolescents. And especially in this internet time, bullying will be done easily through internet and social media. Based on research from Nazriani and Zahreni, it is found that the vast prevalence of the cyberbullying, specifically on adolescent target group. The result of this study support previous research carried out by Safaria, which found that 80% of adolescents are involved in cyberbullying. That's why in this cyberbullying area, bullying prevention needs attention from artificial intelligence by making smartphone application that can prevent bullying. This application should be easily used by everybody, especially the victims as well as education stakeholders. And our papers using qualitative method with descriptive analysis by using 3 theories, the definition of bullying from Indonesia Ministry of Women Empowerment and Child Protection, KPPPA, social cognitive theory by Bandura, and artificial intelligence theory by Mielhead and Hodge. So based on the research from Zakia, the word bullying comes from the English language, which is from the word bull, which means a bull that likes to duck down or to and fro. In Indonesian, etymologically, the word bully means bully, a person who annoys weak people. Whereas in terminology, according to the definitions of bullying, according to Ken Rigby in Astuti, is a desire to hurt. And according to KPPPA, bullying in Indonesia known as penindasan, penggencetan, perpeloncoan, pemalakan, pengucilan, intimidasi, perisakan, atau perundungan, is any form of oppression or violence that is done intentionally by one person or group of people who are stronger and more powerful against others with the aim to hurt and be carried out continuously. Bullying cases that often occur in the world of education in Indonesia are increasingly alarming. The results of 2014 National Character School Development Consortium study stated that almost every school in Indonesia had cases of bullying, even though it was only verbal and psychological or mental bullying. Senior cases of junior squeeze keep popping up. Statistics on cases of child complaints in the education sector from January 2011 to August 2014 are illustrated as follows. In 2011, there were 61. In 2012, there were 130 cases. In 2013, there were 91 cases. And in 2014, there were 87 cases. So bullying can be grouped into 6 categories. Direct physical contact, the act of hitting, pushing, beating, pulling, kicking, locking someone in the room, pinching, stretching also includes extorting and damaging the belonging of others. Direct verbal contact, actions that threaten, humiliate, demean, disrupt, name calling, sarcasm, put down, criticize, mock, intimidate, curse, spread gossip. Direct non-verbal behavior, the act of seeing cynically, sticking out of tongue, displaying facial expression that are condescending, mocking, or threatening, usually accompanied by physical or verbal bullying. Indirect non-verbal behavior, the act of silencing someone, manipulating friendships so that they break, deliberately isolating or ignoring, sending anonymous letters. And cyberbullying, the act of hurting others by means of electronic media, video recording of intimidation, defamation through social media. Sexual harassment, something acts of harassment are categorized as physical or verbal aggression. If bullying is left without follow-up, other students who are spectators can assume that bullying is a socially acceptable behavior. In this condition, some students may join the oppressor for fear of being the next target, and some may just remain silent without doing anything, and the worst thing is they don't need to stop it. According to Sujatmiko research, subjects with low socioeconomic status tend to be victims, while subjects with medium and high economic status tend to be the victim as well as perpetrators. There are no pure actors who come from low socioeconomic status. Based on research of Kusumasari, internal factors that cause bullying are temperamental factors and psychological factors on the intensity of acts of aggression. Actors are impulsive and lack of self-regulation ability. When they commit acts of violence, they do not feel guilty or empathize with the victim. Those individuals who commit acts of bullying have low social abilities. Furthermore, Manicini et al. Examine the related moral aspects of bullying behavior and actions. The research aims to examine the role of immoral behavior on involvement in bullying. The results show the moral plays a role in bullying acts. Murphy in Sorelina said that bullying is when someone experiences violence, is humiliated, is threatened by others through the internet media or through various interactive technology media, such as cellular phones, including short text message or email threads, making web page containing information that is both true and untrue, and embarrassing someone or the activity of sharing, telling someone's personal secrets in public on the internet. Assessment to find out the existence of bullying behavior in a community or school scope, including structured interview or using questionnaire. Questionnaires that are often used for research and are standardized are the Always Bullying Questionnaire. And the second theory is social cognitive theory by Bandura. So social cognitive learning process observationally by imitation occurs in three components, namely behavioral models, behavior of the model influence, and internal process of learning. Individuals make the learning process to recognize the model behavior, then consider and decide to emulate and become their behavior. In this case, the behavior of the model is known behavior in the environment. If the behavior of the model corresponds to the individual situation, then the behavior of the model will be imitated. Influence modeling for the learning process in this theory mainly through the informative function of the model itself. It has been previously revealed that the learning theory that occurs in individual in the Bandura social cognitive learning theory is through imitation of the behavior in the environment as a model. That is, an environment where individuals are and interact will affect the pattern and quality of growth and development of individual behavior. In our paper, in page 6, we already create some image to show the interaction between three aspects of social cognitive theory. So, the process of social cognitive is not easy as pictures on the graphic because growth and development of the individual's behavior are continuously changed. Growth and development associated with individual efforts to meet the needs and achieve its objective to obtain a better quality of life and effective. To achieve the expected behavior, it takes a process of learning through a self-experience, learn from others, and learn from the surrounding environment. Exhibited behavioral model will be studied by observational learning, for example, selectively observing and considering the current behavior models. Observational learning process itself, it is governed by four interrelated components, namely attentional process, retention processes, motoric reproduction processes, and motivational processes. This approach also has significantly expanded the emphasis of learning behavior and include cognitive and social factors. Bandura, Insari, and Aswar said that aggressive behavior is something that is learned and not the behavior that individuals carry from birth. This aggressive behavior is learned from social environments such as interaction with the family, interaction with peers, and mass media through modeling. And the third theory is artificial intelligence. Based on Mail, He, and Hodge, artificial intelligence refers to an autonomous machine's ability to perform any intellectual tasks that a human can perform, while Wang in the current discussion is questioning if artificial intelligence could replace by computer intelligence or machine intelligence, then it means the academic about artificial intelligence is still continuing. And for the analysis, first of all, bullying is not direct action caused by the bullies themselves. It is a long process action with the effects from many factors, parenting, socioeconomic factors, even nation psychology. All those factors are responsible for one single action of bullying. So this is in line with the theory of social cognitive theory by Bandura that is already explained. Bullying happens because of process of cognition to copy-paste of aggressive acts deliberately or non-deliberately. It means if one action of bullying happens, it takes the whole society to reflect themselves. In the context of cyberbullying, based on the research of Erika, her research shows that the perpetrators of cyber abuse are mostly close friends of the victim, both school friends and friends at home. Only a few incidents of harassment whose perpetrators are unknown victims or people with anonymous identities. This finding is different from the result of the study by Englander, which found that 72% of victims of abuse reported that they experienced abuse from perpetrators with anonymous identities. This difference is likely to occur due to cultural factors which affect the purpose of adolescents abusing victims in Eastern culture. In some societies, joking with mutual ridicule is part of the way to express friendship. And the complex reason of how bullying could happen is getting worse for the victims because society blames the victims are entitled that act of bullying. The majority of adolescents have good knowledge about bullying, but most adolescents do not know the forms of bullying. Forms of bullying in adolescents are mostly verbal bullying, with subjects and victims of bullying occurring in all classes. The majority of bullying subjects do not have a gang, and the majority of victims have a group. Almost all adolescents with different family types become adolescents and victims of bullying. That is why there is no single solution for bullying. The bullying research must continue. From the definition, the author agrees with Sari and Aswar that bullying behavior is a situation where the abuse of power is carried out by a person or group, and a strong party here does not mean strong in physical size, but can be strong mentally, and based on research of Smith, it can occur in many contexts in childhood and adult life. From the many types of bullying explained on the theory, authors give more highlight on what Sari and Aswar said about the relational bullying, which is a systematic weakening of the victim's self-esteem through neglect, exclusion, or avoidance. This behavior can include hidden attitudes such as aggressive views, eye glances, sighs, sneers, mocking, laughter, and mocking body language. Bullying in this relational form is the most difficult bullying behavior to detect from the outside. According to researchers' observation, one of the reasons why student bullying is because they have been victims. When becoming a victim, he gets a kind of learning that being a perpetrator is more fun than being a victim. The perception departs from the experience he received that when he became a victim of bullying, the perpetrators receive a kind of reinforcement from their behavior from the environment. This can be seen from the laughter of other students who were at the time the bully took place, plus there is no warning from the environment, so that the victim can become a perpetrator at any time if the situation is supportive at that time. The thing that makes bullying progress to an alarming level is when the victim responds to the bullying. Responding to bullying is more than what he received. The reply action is a reflex action carried out by students to protect themselves from the fulfillment of the need of sense of security. Then, from a scientific point of view, authors remark that there needs to be an expansion of the characteristics of bullying related to the collective culture in Indonesia. In Indonesia, students who like to be alone are considered strange. It is based on research from Damanik and Juwita. In English students, while in Japanese students, peer-based intervention were considered more appropriate. The conclusion can be drawn from these studies in the importance of proper understanding of the characteristic of harassment in the cultural context, so that the effective interventions can be developed in accordance with the cultural context and target characteristics. In the context of Indonesia, it means the introvert, the smart, and the shy people are potential to be the target of bullying victims. Based on the research from Sari and Aswar, the bullying is always deliberate, namely the perpetrators tend to hurt someone. Repeated, which is often the target of bullying is the same person, and power imbalance in the case of perpetrators choose victims who are considered vulnerable. Before giving recommendation of the smartphone application, authors recommend the strong reason must be prevented in levels. First is state level. Government must concern bullying as criminal act, not familial action. In the level of governance, Indonesian government, namely Ministry of Education, LIPI, KPIA, KPPPA, must do serious research about bullying that could begin with the research of bullying a definition, so the context and situation condition of the bullying could be explained more. The definition expansion could be based from the research from Sari and Aswar, emphasizing how negative actions make bullying connotes intentional actions taken to give others uncomfortable feeling, scolding, demeaning, denouncing, giving a nickname, kicking, encouraging, hitting, asking for money, depriving, extortion, avoiding, refusing to be friends are real forms of bullying. Besides, based on the research of Rosida, the result of this study reveals that bullying can be categorized as a criminal offense and the perpetrators can be subject to criminal sanctions. The result is based on the interpretation of several laws and regulations, namely the Criminal Code, the Child Protection Act, Law number 23 of 2002 year, and the law on the juvenile justice. Even so, the perpetrators of bullying, who are still children, not yet an adult, must still get the protection according to the provisions of the Child Protection Act. The government needs to issue a certain budget to design programs to prevent bullying as a national policy that is implemented continuously regardless of government changes. So please help your child or adolescent to grow self-esteem properly. Government or adolescents with good self-esteem will behave and think positively to respect themselves, respect others, be confident, optimistic, and dare to say their rights. Then there must be also be synergy between parties. For example, if there are students with the record of becoming bullies, they shall not have rights to take civil servant examination. Second level is the level of ministries, institution, or level of NGO. So related institution must update bullying data every month because the last official data from government about bullying is only marked in 2008. Indonesia public has right to know the bullying statistic and the success of bullying prevention that reflect the government really think seriously about bullying, not just a program of prevention to spend annual budget. The third level is level of the family as the smallest country. Professor Dr. Musda Mulia in the virtual classroom via the Zoom application on Tuesday 28 April 2020 said that in developed and secular countries, the values of spirituality have been taught since childhood. These values of spirituality are different from rituality. In the context of Indonesia, Indonesia is a nation with so many God believers that is related with the basic foundation of believing in God, that is only fearing God and free from any shackles such as wrong interpretations, cruel acts for minorities or the weak, or shackled by others. In the case of discussion here, the influence of others or bullying is an act of harassment that is not in line with Indonesian foundation. That's why bullying action shall be regarded as criminal acts under Indonesian law. Maybe this is easier to be said than implemented. Based on UERT research, character education is a system of naming character values to school members, which includes component of knowledge, awareness or willingness and actions to carry out these values both towards God Almighty, self, fellow human beings, environment, and nationality, so that they become moral human beings. In character education in schools, all component stakeholders include education. It means that all related institutions, not just at home, needs to implement character education that is internalized in all aspects: curriculum, learning, and assessment process, in relationship quality, handling or management of subjects, school management, implementation of co-curricular activities or activities, empowerment of facilities, infrastructure, financing, and work ethics of all citizens and school environment. And the level of universities, schools, boarding schools, and other educational institutions. Based on the research of Cunningham, from the perspective of educators, bullying has become more complex, difficult to detect, and challenging to respond to. In addition to effective programs, educators believe that dealing with bullying requires more time, extended training, and enhanced monitoring, more effective strategies for responding to bullying incidents, and more successful ways of engaging and securing the cooperation of parents. They value administrative backup and a commitment to sustaining and extending the implementation of potentially successful approach. The stress of dealing with an increasingly complex problem in the face of limited time, training, and support may be contributing to a more general increase in emotional exhaustion. It means that in educational institutions, early detection is needed. For example, by using early detection of school bullying questionnaire and multidimensional peer questionnaire and victimization scale, always bullying questionnaire, compendium centers for disease control. And based on research of Jonggono and all, periodic cyber harassment education is needed. For example, every new school year for students, parents, and teachers in school as a strategy for preventing and dealing with cyber harassment. Further research is needed to find the prevalence of cyber abuse among students aged 12 until 15 years old, involving more schools, and to ensure the unknowns of this research, namely the high prevalence of emotional and behavioral problems in subjects not involved in harassment, cyber, the school together with parents of students and health workers, doctors and pediatricians should work together to prevent the possibility of cyber harassment so that the behavior can be avoided or eliminated. The author agrees with the result of Zahra and Haq research for schools or other parties who will conduct the handling of harassment school conduct an assessment first so that the handling is appropriate considering there are different results between the study and previous research. Third, it is necessary to conduct further research related to the treatment of teachers of abusers. This is because based on the result of research that teachers tend to treat perpetrators unjustly, and there are teachers who ask students do not be friends with the perpetrators. Besides character education and smartphone application to prevent bullying, bullying prevention must be learned in class. For example, making theatrical drama about bullying, so the children and students could understand about the position of becoming victims, bullies, or both. In the educational level, overall stakeholders must make bullying a scientific topic taken seriously, although bullying is considered as a problem on the surface, but somehow bullying are questioning deeper problems such as poverty, inequality, and social injustice. That's why bullying is still never be a solution to resolve any problem. In the context of cyberbullying, based on research of Erica, when asked to compare between harassment in cyberspace and in real world, 126 respondents stated that the impact of cyber harassment is more serious. Meanwhile, victims of cyberbullying who did not agree were only 45 respondents, or 27%. Those who agreed claimed that harassment in cyberspace was seen by many people. It also makes hurt, angry, afraid, bring down self-esteem, and make shame. Some victims claim that cyber abuse can hurt mentally, cause stress, and even commit suicide. This paper is finally coming for what we propose about smartphone application to prevent bullying, but the 10 pages of explanation above is the strong reason why Indonesia need the application even more now and urgent. Indonesia is not yet developed country with no national bullying prevention program, while in developed countries itself, bullying prevention that is set from 10 years ago, there is no such indication of 100% success. Imagine of having bullying in Indonesia, no response, no intervention, no prevention, then perhaps it just repeated and just forgotten by time there is no consequences for the bullies. The smartphone application that we propose here is simple, a handy program that can be downloaded on smartphones either via Android or iOS, whose all data can be connected to the website link, just like what New Zealand government did. Just try to look the www.business.gov.nz/worksafe/tools/resource/bullying prevention tools. Based on the artificial intelligence concept, this application contains a report section that is redirected to the person in charge of Ministry of Education, but before submitting it, the informant must declare the proof, indication, potential, or real action of bullying to charge the person in schools and universities that can just person give the online signature on the application. If there is no proof, there is a whistleblower button, then redirect to the desk of Ministry of Education. This smartphone application must be evaluated daily because evaluations of programs to prevent school bullying that is already conducted in 11 different countries still under evaluation, and they still concluded that the effectiveness of anti-bullying programs was not proven. It means the smartphone application as the new tools to prevent bullying must be evaluated seriously. That also proves that there is no instant program to prevent bullying if everything must go through a process with the acculturation of value. In the context of Indonesia, the internationalization of Pancasila must be happen to prevent bullying at any cost. And bullying under any condition, circumstance, and situation is not justified. Bullying is not a solution to the problem because bullying is cruel, evil, criminal act, equal to slander, and modern in criminal law. Bullying is equally uncomfortable for the educator, the bullied, and the third party. All of them feel hurt, but the ones who were bullied because the memories of bullying would be recorded for quite a long time. Some studies suggest that both parties will be hurt, but this research say otherwise, that it needs to be investigated in more detail which side is most hurting, most hurted, most underestimated, and most disadvantaged, as well as the case of bullying not just being forgotten, there are still consequences that must be accounted for. The existence of bullying is also proof that the school of university lacks supervision and pays little attention to student success. The act of bullying is also one proof that the people of the country concerned have failed to apply the values of spirituality which should have taken place in the world of education. This is where the DCP paper offers application on smartphone to be able to detect and prevent bullying as early as possible. If it has already happened, the application will become a digital reporting application. So this is our paper concerning references from more than 30 academic books and journals. Thank you so much for your attention.